Hey guys, Can Opener Dude here with a PBE related video on my impressions of Jhin and NEW Shen after having played them a lot over the past couple days. Now before I talk too much, I just want to highlight the fact that this is the PBE, so things could change. They could get completely nerfed into the ground. We just really don't know right now. So Jhin first, I think he really uses the reload mechanic better than Graves. But like Graves, I don't think he's necessarily going to be confined to the bot lane. I think mid lane is also a very definite possibility for Jhin, but not for the same reason Graves could be found in the jungle, because I think it's more about how Jhin functions as more of a caster than necessarily just a straight up ADC. His ult as an ability is kind of weird. It doesn't really synergize with his other abilities very much because it's very long range and it's more about picking people out, whereas the rest of his abilities are all about combos. But it does work very well with allies, so if you have someone engaging and you're pretty far back, you can use that ult really, really well to do a lot of damage. One thing I do like is his animations. They really do highlight this kind of artistic feel to him. He feels very flowing, very dancer-like. He's got this grace about him that's really interesting to see in game. He really feels like he's always like purposefully doing something whenever he's moving. His wave clear really isn't all as bad as people are saying it is, but it's nothing to write home about either, unless you chain his E and his Q in with auto attacks. So for instance, you auto attack, throw an E out on the rest of the wave, that explodes, and then you Q to kill the rest of it. You can get minions down pretty quick that way, but that uses, all of your abilities and a lot of mana as well. So it's not really that helpful in bot lane, maybe mid lane or, late game clearing waves, but early game he's gonna suffer from some pretty lackluster wave clear. Now Shen, on the other hand, he feels mostly the same. He's still very, very annoying if he's used correctly. That comes down to really his ability to just, disrupt team fights, get on the enemy carries, and just lock them down while your team blows them up. His lane is a bit weaker, though, because he's lost his, katana throw, whatever. It means that he doesn't have any harass in lane anymore, at least not as much, and his overall sustain is a bit lower as well. And it makes his 1v1s hard as well because that harass from the Q really helped with 1v1s. But if you get the drop on someone, then your new Q can do a lot of damage, especially with the extra attack speed and the percent bonus health damage, or percent bonus missing health, I think is what it is. It's one of those 3-hit passive things. He lost a lot of wave clear as well. Like, he never had any wave clear to begin with, but his Q did help a little bit, and he's completely lost that. So he's not a wave clear person anymore, and that's of course going to hurt him a little bit in certain situations. One thing this did do, though, is it did solidify his identity as this kind of disruptive ninja tank that just kind of ults in, hits your carries, and then he's just like, haha, I'm right here, I'm using my mystic powers to kill everything kind of dude. And one thing I really like is that his auto attack animations are much smoother and they feel more natural. Like before, it was really difficult to see how he was actually using those swords. Like, I've seen videos of people trying to explain, they're just like, we really don't understand how he pulls that sword out and strikes with it. But now he pulls it out with both hands and slices with it. It looks so much better. So that's just a minor nitpick, but it definitely is improved in the rework. Plus Crocs, of course. So overall, I think that these are both positives. Overall, I think it's a side grade for Shen, maybe a tiny, tiny, tiny buff. And I think Jhin overall is a very good addition to League of Legends. He's very unique, and whether he's played bot lane, mid lane, or just even top lane, I think he's gonna do very well in the hands of someone who can really play him well. I don't think he'll see play in professional, at least at first, because even though he has a lot of front-loaded power, I don't think he has the kind of team play synergy that teams need until they can really nail down exactly how to use his kit. So I don't think he's going to be used very much until maybe next split, if next season, but he'll eventually get picked up, but not immediately. So that's all I got to say for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.